Hello, y'all. Oh my goodness. Speed play today. Experimenting with fartleks. Yeah, it was actually super fun. It was more fun than going to the track. I ran from our place in Scenic Heights. And if you're from Pensacola, you know what I'm talking about. I ran down Lee's Way, down Langley to Scenic Highway. And there is a nice hill there coming up back towards home. So I ran 3 hill repeats and ran home around my park, where if you're on my Strava, you see me walking around on Tuesdays with my life group. It's 0.4 mile. So I thought, what a good place to run some speed work. And the hill beat my behind, y'all. Beat it. So I would get halfway around the park at as fast a pace as I could muster up. And then I walked the other half back to where I started. So almost like interval instead of true fartlek, but because I threw in like a tempo run coming home instead of just recovery, and I kind of have to plan my fartleks right now because it's my first time really trying to incorporate fartleks into a workout. So I kind of have to have set points so that I know what I'm doing. Not that I know what I'm doing, but I'm experimenting. So I did 3 fast runs as fast as I could manage with walking breaks. And then I thought, well, I'm just gonna run a recovery run, but decided to change it up last second in true fartlek form because it's speed play and it's not real organized. So that's super fun for me because I'm very organized for the most part, so it's hard to get unorganized. But with running, sometimes you can change that up, because after part of my recovery run, I said, you know, I'd like to run just a little bit faster right now. So I did. So I ran kind of what would be a tempo, not in my tempo pace, but tempo for the moment, because tempo being hard but could sustain it for a little bit. You know, if I had to talk, I could have talked, but I didn't want to talk. I stopped singing at that point. Neighbors are probably super happy. But I stopped singing and I focused on my running. So I got a little bit of a tempo run in for my last little part. And now I'm just gonna walk a couple of laps just to cool down. I'm not known for my cool downs. I will just smash it, go home and sit down. So I'm trying some new things before I start really training, because when I really start training, I want to have a better idea of what works for my body right now. And I know that all throughout training from now until October, when I run Chicago, I'm gonna find new things for my training, because I've really only run 1 marathon at my marathon pace. Our first marathon that we did in October, Glenn and I, the big goal was to finish, because neither one of us had ever done a marathon and we wanted to finish together. So I only have one where I've run basically the whole thing, except for just a few steps to gather myself at 24.5 miles. But so I'm in really uncharted territory, and I know so little about running. I have only been running for a little over 1.5 years. October will be 2 years since I started running at all. And I wasn't even that organized with my running after I started running. I still walked a lot. So I'm very inexperienced, and I'm just starting to learn about different workouts. I've heard about them, but I really didn't investigate it. And the only speed work I'd ever really done was with the Cheetah Girls. We're finished with this season and we'll start back up in September. and I'll do some speed play with them because it's so much more fun when you've got other people suffering with you. It truly is. When we're all like gasping for breath and dying, it's just like unity, man. So misery loves company, and when you're running hard, it is so much more fun when you have people to do that with. So I'm trying to look for fun ways to do speed work over the summer because I'm gonna be out of the country for a little while, and I don't really want to join a speed group right now because of that. I don't want to get started and then leave for 5 weeks and then come back, and then we've got a project we're working on with family when we come back. So I'm not even going to be in the area. So I'm trying to figure out speed work that works for me and that I enjoy. Because guys, you're not going to keep working out if you don't enjoy it. Honestly, when I started working out, I had to figure out a time of day that I enjoyed working out, and I had to figure out things that I enjoyed doing to work out. Because honestly, let's see, day after Mother's Day, I got consistent with walking. I had to work my way up to 10,000 steps, but I found out that walking 10,000 steps a day was key to weight maintenance and weight loss. And at that time, I was trying to lose weight. So it's been almost 2 years since I've gotten consistent with working out. But for the first 50 years, I'm sorry, I'm only 52. For the first 50 years of my life, I never stayed consistent with any workouts. Whenever life got busy or whatever, that was the first thing off the table because it was optional. Right at about 2 years ago, it became not optional. It became what I needed to do to take care of me and my health. And I wasn't overweight. I was at the top of my BMI. So it made it easier to not try to do anything. But I didn't feel good. So I started walking. And then I started running later on that year. And here I am trying to come up with workouts for myself. So y'all, think about a time of day that you would enjoy working out, and also something you'd like, whether it be riding your bicycle, swimming, running, walking, going to the gym. Figure out something you enjoy doing. Dancing. There's a lot of amazing dance classes. I used to love doing Zumba videos at my house. I would never have done it in public because I am so uncoordinated, y'all. They could have videoed that mess and sent it to a comedy show. But I loved it. And I hear it's so much more fun in a group. I just had to get over myself and not be embarrassed by my lack of coordination. But y'all, find something that you love to do and do it and see how much joy it brings you. Y'all have a great Thursday. Love y'all. Bye.